Wine Buff Mollie Battenhouse, and I'm going to be telling you about 100 of our favorite Bordeaux under $55. It's a great way to get to know Bordeaux, with great values and great wines. Today we're going to be tasting Clos Beauregard 2011. This is a wine from Pomerol, which is on the right bank of Bordeaux, and mostly Merlot. And this one is 93% Merlot. The balance is made up between Cabernet Sauvignon and Cabernet Franc, which are pretty common partners for it over there. Pomerol typified by these blue-black clays. I actually talk about this button of clay that's in the middle of Pomerol that's supposed to be the best soil. And it makes slightly denser wines, but also very velvety, very rich. Now, if you look at the back of the bottle here, and the print is very small, so you have to look closely. It says that these come from 40-year-old vines. 40-year-old vines are fairly old. Most vines are at their peak production between 30 and 35 years. After they get older than that, you actually get better fruit. So the older the vine, usually the better the fruit. The berries may be smaller and there may be less of them, but they're more concentrated in flavor and more rich in flavor. So I have high hopes for this Clos Beauregard. And it smells delicious. A little bit of oak here. It spends about 12 to 18 months in oak, sort of hedging their bets. It's a little bit different every year depending on the vintage. 2011 was nice and warm, so it was probably on the longer side because it could handle a little bit more time in oak and maybe a little bit more of those oak flavors. And you do get those subtle aromas of oak in the background, but you get a lot of plush, dense, plummy, ripe fruit, velvety, even smells velvety. As I was noticing just before I tasted the wine, there was also some really pretty floral notes coming out of the glass. And on the palate, it's really plush, really soft, and there's I just crushed some violets in my mouth, but also plum and that chocolatiness of Merlot's coming out. And it's like dense cocoa powder, almost like really the best cocoa you've ever had. You get some of that vanilla and those sweet baking spice and a little bit of smoke and toast from the oak. It meshes just perfectly with this fruit. This is a really lovely wine, probably something that would be good. I almost want to say plum pudding, but that would be too sweet. But maybe Yorkshire pudding alongside a steak or some prime rib. This is an elegant wine, right about $45. That would be a perfect accompaniment to an elegant meal. Maybe a standing rib roast would be perfect. Santé. Visit Bordeaux.com to learn more about today's Bordeaux selections.